Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get you up to speed on this tape tool. This is primarily designed for vining fruit crops, blackberries, grapes, and then now there's a lot of people that's using these on trellising up and training up vined produce, tomatoes, cucumbers, what have you. So we're going to show you what we found out on this. The price was right. Sissy ordered this, it was like $49.95, and then they send you the first tool and you get one roll of tape and the staples that are loaded in it, and that's it. That's all you get with this first one. And then later they send you here's your staples, the tape, your extra rolls of tape, and you get a little oil vial in there. And I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a spare spring and a cutter that cuts your tape, so if that spring breaks, so that's pretty neat. You get some extras with it. So that's 1,000 staples you get with it. And if you buy this tool from a seed catalog, say Johnny's for instance, what was their price on those, honey? About 80 bucks, wasn't it, shipping and all? So you're getting two tools for this price, one free is what they claim. But we're gonna show you what we found out. We wanted to look on their instructions and troubleshoot this thing so we could figure out, well, how do you load the tape and how do you load the staples. And we went on YouTube, and it's pretty nondescript. There's a guy on there that does a silent video. He doesn't talk through the whole thing. He's real slow, so you got to spend 30 minutes trying to figure out what to do. But we're going to show you here real quick. So Sissy, if you can show them on this tool, we're going to show them real quick right here. So let's start with these staples first. Here's your staple port. So when you pull this out, if you notice, don't try to put staples in this top. All that's for is to latch. It's to latch this plunger in. So your staples go in, and you have to put those in with the points up, not like a traditional stapler. The points on these little staples have to be facing up because you're stapling right here. So this is where they come out, and I'll show you how this tool works here in just a second. So let me put this back in. I notice I've got to go in the staple ports underneath. So we're coming in, and this snaps. Well, it'd work if I'd put it in there. Now that goes up in here and snaps in there and locks. Okay, that keeps your spring on, pressure on your staple feed. Okay, so what you do not want to crimp this all the way down. You go down and see, watch me, just enough. So here it click, that pulls your tape out. So say this is your twig or branch or whatever. Now go all the way down and that staples it. See, there's your little stapled tape. My question was, how long will this last through the summer months in the heat? I doubt it has any UV inhibitor in it, so it's more likely going to break at some point. So with that said, so here's what you do on the tape part. So you lay this down on a flat surface. Here's your tape, and this piece also folds out. Now see, that's why we did the red tape one. See, and it goes right up that track and feeds. So when you load this, you just go through this track, follow it up, and go right up into these two prongs, this slot that goes right behind there. And now, let me make sure I got this in there. But like I said, the YouTube videos that we watched, there was like 5 of them. They were all real nondescript. What we did discover, you want to make sure you got this thing latched good. Because we've had these come open, the tape fly out. See, it wasn't snapped. You hear it snap right there now. Kind of wiggle it and make sure it's snapped. To me, this is probably the cheesiest part of this tool. But we're going to do some trellising here in just a minute, and we're going to show you how it works on these tomatoes and some of these cucumbers. Speaking of cucumbers, Sissy's going to show you right here. Look at the mildew, powder mildew. Look at there. You can just see it flaking off. So what you want to put on these, and this is due to all this cool, wet weather we've had. That's a Just, I mean, it's right for mildew and fungus and everything. So this is what this is for, copper fungicide. It's already red used, pre-mixed. Get it most of your Walmart, Atwoods, wherever you shop for garden supplies, and I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna stop it, especially when it gets on, but it'll slow it up and it'll recover usually. These are pretty disease tolerant, these hybrids, but powder mildew, black spot, early blight, and downy mildew, it should handle all those right there. So Sissy came out and she left this on, and I said, well, you need to pick at it, ain't you gonna get too big? She goes, oh no, look at there. That's an Itachi. That's the big white rascals right there. These are getting popular. People really like them. I like them. I didn't think I would, but they're good clean. You do not have to peel it. You just lop the ends off and clean it up, lop those ends off and slice it up, and you're ready to go. And I got a small seed cavity, even at this size. They can get pretty big, and I don't think we had, maybe late last summer we had some field growing, and they got kind of tough and bitter, so we didn't eat those. Made pickles out of them. They worked fine for pickles. So I'm gonna take this tape tool, and I'm gonna come around. Sissy's gonna go on the other side here, and we're gonna show you how this works. And I'm also gonna show you these clips. We bought these from Grower Supply. You can get them from several other places, but what I like about these, and that's why we're comparing today, which is going to work better. So these are only good for a year, especially out in full sunlight. Now, if you had them in a shaded area or something, might be a different story. But you put your string right here in this slot, and when you crimp that, it traps that string. And when you snap it, see that little booger's, you can't pull it apart. But if you want to move it, you can just push down on it and it'll open right up. Again, you want to make sure you got that string in here. So we'll show you that here in just a minute. So let's see how this tape tool works, and let me get over to one side. So here's these tomatoes. You can see they've got some, decent fruit. We've clipped them by the fruit set. Some of these we chose to prune, some we're not going to. I broke a leaf off, no big deal. And so let me go up right here. So again, here we go. That pulls your tape out. Now see, go right around that stalk. I don't know if you guys can see with all this foliage. And there you go. That's pretty neat. Pretty slick little ideal. I don't know who came up with it, but there's probably somebody that got tired of doing it by hand, I'm sure. So let me see here. Man, I'll tell you what, let me lay this down, man. We got so much foliage in these things, I can't even get to the blasted stalk. Alright, now I've got that curled around. What I'm trying to do, guys, is get behind that fruit set without knocking any blooms or fruit off. Alright, now let me get my old tape tool here. So here we go again. That's what you want to do. You want to just touch that lightly. Here, one click. That pulls your tape out. Go around it. Let me go over on this side this time. Maybe you guys can see this better. And go around your stalk, however far you want to go. And there she is. She's attached, stapled, and that can ride up this string as this plant grows. And it's not going to damage your stalk. The clips we noticed on younger plants did, rub them raw for a little bit. But tomatoes they're pretty good about healing. They'll heal back and they'll scar over and just fine. So let's see what we can do with some of these cucumbers. I came out here this morning, and I mean they're tenderling onto this string, but the son of guns won't lean over, and they're growing so fast now that this is going to work, I think, good on these cucumbers. So there we go. We got our tape pulled. These won't take near as much tape. Bang, right there. Look at that. Man, I tell you what, it don't get much easier than that. So pull your tape. I'm going to go on up the top and get this one. Snap, and there you go. Let me get this back one, honey. It's trying to take off. So, see, catch it. Let that, it automatically has got spring pressure. It pulls it out. All these cucumbers are so small. Just work with what you already got. You don't need to stretch any more out. Staple, bang, there you go. So, the question is, full sunlight, will these hold up versus these? my personal opinion, when these tomatoes load up with fruit, they're going to be so heavy that I don't trust this tape and I don't trust it to hold, but we'll see. That's what this video is all about. So, Sissy's going to pan behind. Look at the growth on these tomatoes. But they didn't set as much fruit as we'd like because, like I said, so cool and wet. We had our night temps were really low, but they're coming now. So we've got some more trellising to do. I'm going to have to run some extra string on some of these. And can you see in there, hey, there's a pretty good fruit set. Right there, look at that. Get these leaves out of the way. That's 4. And I see 5 or 6 back in there on that bottom set. So these are some of the hybrids we mentioned, the Red Sniper, and those we got from Hall's Tools. These first 4 tubs right here are early girls. And we only put 2 per tub this year. We had 4 in them last year. And I think we just tried to squeeze too much production out of that space, and it didn't work as good as we thought. They made tomatoes, but they didn't make any real huge ones. That's what we're after this year. We're wanting, just nice, 10 to 12 and above ounce slicers, and that's what most people want. So, like I said, we're trying to help you with this tape tool. If you want to invest in one of these, now at least you know how to go in there and load tape and staples the right way. And if we'll probably do a follow-up video on this later about how these held up. But if you found this useful, click the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and send this on to other people that you think it'll help out. And that's what it's all about, guys. And we'll see you on the next video.